Blood moon, blood moon, blood moon, blood moon. Jeff Probst is going to curse you with the blood moon. We're live, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. How's everybody doing? Survivor 50. Oh boy, what an episode we had for episode 6. Welcome everybody into Survivor Digest. We're going to talk about it here tonight. I see you down there in the chat, Dirt. I see you down there, Tatsu. I'm seeing, everybody's got the, what is that, waiting? Yeah, you got to expect a wait, man, for 9:40. When it's set for 9:45, know that means 10. You know, there's a 15-minute window. You know, there's delays happening, things going on. You know, I don't need to explain myself, right? I'm not on tribal council right now. Okay, I don't need to explain nothing. The inside screen on my phone is broken. I'm watching on my front screen. I shit you not, you're the size of a stamp. You got to screenshot that and send it to the Discord. I don't know if it'll translate though. The screenshot will probably be regular size. You won't be able to tell. Hopefully we get Tatsu back in here too, because I know he has a lot to say about this episode 6 of Survivor 50, because this was an episode for sure. They hyped this thing up like it was going to be the most historic episode of all time. Like this thing was going to be out of this world, right? You know what? I feel like changing up the background. Let's see. There we go. Why not? Just a little Survivor 50 logo or something there. Make it a little spicy background. But yeah, they hyped this thing up like it was going to be the biggest episode of all time. They were like, had Jeff standing there in the red light with the flames, and they were like, this is going to change things forever. And I'm like, okay, they're going to vote out a bunch of people. That's what I thought. I was like, they're going to vote out a bunch of people. And I think a lot of the Survivor community probably all had the same assumption. Like, you know, we're going to be going to multiple tribals. This is going to be some sort of, you know, mergatory, you know, half merge, you know, bullshit that they've started since 41. You know, something like that. That's what it was going to be, and that's what it was. That's what it was. It was not the best, not the best. But there were things about it I liked and a lot that I didn't. And we're going to get all into it. I got my notes here. You know, I'm chock full of notes, and we're going to dive right in because we started off on day 12 here, day 12, and a boat arrives, and they're actually gonna to my chagrin here, I thought that we were going to take a minute to get to this, but it did not. They got right to it, and they were like, this is the merge and it's happening. And it was so straightforward that I was like, okay, there's got to be some mega bullshit involved, because I mean, everybody got their buffs. Like, it was just so fast. Like, it was like the first like 30 seconds of this episode, it was like, we're merged, everybody's on the same tribe now. Here comes everybody on a boat to the same beach. It was very fast. But a boat arrived, and they let each tribe know it's merge time. Tiffany gets first confessional here. I made note of that for everyone. She got the very first confessional of this episode, and she continued to have many confessionals throughout this episode. She was peppered in, you know, tremendously. And so all the complaints online about the previous episode, you know, and how there's, you know, there's just no representation or whatever it may be. Let's just cool off, okay? We got 13 episodes to go. We'll see how we feel at the end of this. But I'm going to tell you how I feel about this episode right now, because it's merge time and Tiffany got that first confessional. And 17 people are about to merge, which is an insane of people merging on Survivor. It's the most ever, of course. That's historic in itself. Um, it's the largest merge in Survivor history. Yeah, like I said, and they keep hyping that up. It's such a big deal. Ozzy tells Emily here right before everybody comes to the beach. So everybody's getting ready to come to the beach. They're on the boats on the way there, and Ozzy's like, "I got to tell Emily and Christian about the idol that I have." So he tells them about it, and he solidifies them as a core three before everyone else arrives. And I wrote here that it's a smart move. And I said, will Ozzy and Emily be cool with the addition of Cirie and Rizzo? Because they could really be a power, like, core alliance there. If they agreed to really work with Cirie and Rizzo, because Cirie's not going to drop Rizzo. And as we see later on in the episode, Ozzy, I believe, is getting close to Rizzo on purpose, and we'll get there. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. By the way, like, share, and subscribe. I'm covering Survivor 50 here, and I've covered it. I think since 47. Since 47, but big Survivor fan. I've applied many times. They've never given me a call back. They are, I guess just waiting for the right time to give Josh his call back. But love the show and love talking about it. So if you like listening to it and you think my commentary is worth a darn, then hit the like button and subscribe. Come on back and join us in the chat if you'd like. Dirt's down there. Tatsu's sometimes in here too. Tatsu's very funny. Dirt's very funny. We have a great time. So Rizzo, after everybody arrives on the beach here, Rizzo gets right to work, and he is very excited to connect with all these legends of Survivor, and he's most excited to connect with Coach. And I could relate with him there. If I was on this beach, that'd be the first guy I'd go to, 100%. I'd want to connect with Coach as much as possible. Um, it'd be a hard thing to do to have to write Coach's name down when you're such a fanboy. It really would. And I feel for Rizzo because ultimately that is what he's going to have to do. I am most excited for Rizzo to connect with Coach, just like Rizzo is, though. Like watching this, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm most excited for this too. Rizzo, ex Coach, that's an album I can get behind. If you don't, you guys remember Rizzo's song from last year? He's like, standing by the campfire, and we're gonna sing a song. That's literally what he sounded like. He sounded just like that. We can get Coach on the trumpet behind him, right? And we get Ben Katzman or something on the drums or whatever the hell. Throw him back there and get Coach on the trumpet, and he'll be like, it'll be perfect. It'll sync up nicely. Maybe I can clip this and we can sync this up somehow and just make it a song of our own, right? Beat them to the punch. But I'm excited for Rizzo, ex Coach. I'm not sure what I would call their tag team name. Riz Coach. You want to learn how to Riz like the Riz God? Riz Coach. I sound exactly like Blue's Clues. Oh shit. Which version? The new one? Are you talking about I sound like Blue the dog? Like like that? You have to get Coach out of there if you want to stand a chance in the final council. Uh, dude, Coach has already made the jury after this episode. We'll get there. I haven't gotten to the announcement of the Blood Moon twist, but we'll get there. Tatsu's in here. What's going on, Tots? Merge, but wait, 3-tribe challenge, then 20-minute interruption. Worst episode. Yeah, I started this stream by talking about how they hyped this thing up, and I was just really was like, okay about it. I was like, all right. Um, there it was. I was expecting my notes page to be like way thicker. Like this thing is not thick. Like, look at this. Not thick. Spoiler alert. Not thick. I write small, but not thick. Normally I can fill up a whole page. And I was like, episode six. My notes are just kind of, you know, they're lackluster here. So I'm peppering in more stuff verbally. Survivor pump faking the fans. They are, you know, they're definitely hitting us with the pump fake, and they're throwing it to you know, I don't know, they're throwing it to Donald Trump for 20 minutes. Thin ass notes. Hey man, talk about my notes, man. Look at the previous episode. Even the previous episode, which wasn't that great, was look at that. That's a thick page of notes, baby. That's a thick page of notes. Like this episode, episode six, not cutting the mustard for me, man. Not cutting the mustard. This blood moon, more like tortilla moon. That was more like a tortilla, right? It's more like a Smallman's moon. I don't know. So Ozzy hands out the new tribe buffs. These are yellow buffs, and we immediately get a ad to buy this new buff. Buffs are like $35, I think, plus shipping. They're a ridiculous amount of money, and they're really long and weird. And as a man who wears bandanas, I am interested. I've never had one or like tried to wear one, but it kind of just seems like you cut the sleeves off a t-shirt like length, but it's like a really kind of thin, like a tube. But I don't know about these things. But we got an ad for them here immediately upon the arrival of them as Ozzy hands them out. All right, now we're going to go to Christian and Devins, and they connect back immediately and immediately have like a little nerd out session. They like poke each other's belly buttons and they're like, beep boop, boop boop beep, nerd friend. Like these guys just nerd out. It kind of annoys me. Like I want to give. I have nothing. I'm not out there. I want to channel Jonathan and have him give both of these guys wedgies, right? There's not a way to give them a swirly out there, so we'll just have to settle with the wedgie, right? Christian already shit his pants. He's already like, oh, I've shit my pants. You know, I'm not trying to one up Jeff's Christian impression, by the way. I'm just, my Christian impression is like typical, oh, nerd. Like the buffs are polyester. You're not missing out. Really? They're polyester? Yeah, I don't fuck with that. I only like the cotton blends, like what I got on now. This nice full cotton blend. Cheap ass plastic bandana for $30 plus shipping. Yeah, dude, I'm not into the buffs. I've actually read reviews on a Reddit, and I was just like, I don't think I want to buy one. I'm not paying that kind of money for a buff, dude. I want to buy the buffs, but for Minnie Mouse head bow, like Tiffany was wearing. Oh, actually, that was tight as hell. I did that was good point, Tatsu. That was a sick ass bow because you could put it down here, dude. Wait, didn't Bob Crowley, Gabon, Bob, the winner of Gabon, I believe he may have done a bow tie up like that. It's a good point, Tatsu. It's a very, very cool move to turn it into a bow tie, wearing it on your head or however you want to wear it. Super cool move. I didn't think about that. Genevieve. Let's get to Genevieve. She immediately is asking around about Aubrey. Like the first scene you see of Genevieve, it's her talking to Cirie. And Cerie's like saying something like, I don't know, I like mustard on my hot dog. And Genevieve's like, yeah, that's great. Well, what about Aubrey? What about Aubrey, though? Who gives a fuck about your mustard, Cerie? What about Aubrey? Right? And everyone on the island starts to talk. Everyone on the this is like a game of telephone that just takes off and keeps spiraling, and people are like, Aubrey's got an idol. This person gave it to her. This person's got an idol. This person gave it to him. Rizzo's got an idol. He told this person about his idol, but didn't tell them. Like it's just a bunch of information that they pile onto you just to show and represent how chaotic it is. Probably within that next 2 to 3 hours on the island there, as everyone's scrambling around. And Genevieve sort of kicks it off with the Aubrey talk, and the Aubrey talk commences until um, we get to Aubrey, and Aubrey's like, "Damn it! Everybody knows about my idol." She's like, "I'm not gonna be winning this round," you know. Uh, so I got to just figure out what to do with everybody knowing about it. So we got Ozzy, Rizzo, Aubrey. They're the current idol holders. They're the current people that have these boomerang idols, which they ain't boomeranging. A little bit of foreshadowing, but these are more like frisbee idols. It's the Billie Eilish frisbee idol. There you go, CBS. Poverty wearing the buff as a shirt. Oh, dude, all the girls did that. All the girls that were like, rail thin back in the early Survivor days, when it was like, like girls with like flat asses and like, you know, the body of like a prepubescent figure skater. When they were on the island, they would wear them as shirts. Makes a lot of sense. But yeah, so the Billie Eilish Frisbee Idol. We got Ozzy, Rizzo, and Aubrey. They are the holders of these idols. Coach, he wishes he looked like Jonathan in his first season. He tells Jonathan this. He says, I wish I looked like you in my first season. God, you're everything, everything I want to be. That's what Coach does. He's like, God, Jonathan, you're everything I want to be. Like Coach has a little like mini orgasm as he says this, and rightfully so, because John is like chiseled out of stone over there, and should be giving the WWE or somebody like that a call at some point, if he wants to advance his career and his talents to manipulate. He should look into pro wrestling. He's definitely got the physique for it, you know. So Jonathan, speaking of him, he says he's going to stay open here to 17 different perspectives. And I'm like, that's pretty fucking hard to do. Stay open to all these different perspectives, which pretty much means he's just kind of like pretending to take everything in. And he's almost sort of agreeing with everyone, um, at least while he's talking to them on the island. Uh, so we get to day 13 here, and a boat pulls delivers a twist in the game. That's what they said. I thought they said it was a twist in the game, but really it was like there's an advantage being hidden in the woods, and everybody's got to scramble to go find it. Long story short, that's what's going to happen. Everyone sprints into the woods. Rizzo walks right by this advantage. He's like, Rizzo's also like, everybody is just running around like crazy, and I don't feel like running around. And I'm just going to take my time, take it easy, have a smoke, sit on a stump, have a fart. uh, but he walks right by him, advantage, dude. He walks right by it. The thing's sitting in a tree, and it's like, be a little more observant, Rizzo. If you're going to take your time, let's do a little check. Let's do a little observation check. Let's do an ocular pat down of the scene and see what's going on. Dirt says correction. Buffs.com has an option for wool. The Survivor buffs are polyester, though. Oh, wool? Oh, wool? No, that's too warm. Why would I want wool on on the island or in any hot scenario? A wool. I would want that for like a winter cap. Are you telling me they sell winter caps? They sell toboggans. They sell beanies. What are they selling over there? So yeah, and when he walks by this idol, there is some foreshadowing here because Rizzo walked. excuse me. Rizzo walked right by this idol, and he could have had it, but it doesn't matter because he's going to get the advantage that not idol. I keep calling it idol. That advantage has. He's going to get the advantage anyway in some weird scenario here, as Ozzy finds it. Ozzy is the one finding it, and it's a very funny scene. I thought this was actually my favorite part of the episode. This right here was my favorite part of the episode. I'm going to highlight it actually because it was my favorite part. And Ozzy came across this thing, and he's so excited. They even had him film a confessional, being like, "I found it," and it's just him going to exile. To exile, like, but it's good because there's 17 people in the game, and there's a twist coming up that he's going to want to avoid. The only thing is that he's got to take somebody with him. He's got to take somebody with him, and he takes Rizzo with him. And I wrote here in my notes, see previous foreshadowing, as I wrote right beside Rizzo finding the advantage there. Uh, yeah, both of these guys are going to be missing out on all the fun of the Blood Moon twist. The Blood Moon. Excuse me, guys. Wool buffs probably smell like mildew. Yeah, that's what I imagine. Like, you ever know a guy that just like wore like a beanie all the time or something, like a Volcom or like a Quicksilver beanie all the time, and they would like sweat in it or something. They like leave it like at your house or in your car, and you'd be like, "Ew, dude, that thing stinks." It's because it's all mildewed with sweat. Sweat's just piss, right? Not good. Imagine a silk buff. I'd be into that. I have the Hello Kitty. I have a Hello Kitty bandana, and it's like half silk. It's super smooth, and I'm like, damn, dude, I don't even want to skate in this sucker, but I do. It doesn't really catch sweat very well. It's not very good at that. We assume Ozzy and Rizzo are now safe, at least for one vote. I wrote here, and I assumed that Ozzy. I wrote here that he was taking Rizzo because Sari probably said something to him. I'm not in 100% on that. I have heard other people speculate on this and say that maybe Sari talked to him and they just aren't showing it. That could be the case. That could very well be the case. So, because we know Ozzy wants to get close to Rizzo if he wants to keep Sari, because Sari got close to Rizzo after the swap. So it does make sense that he would take Rizzo here. Um, you know, spoiler alert, but Genevieve would have really appreciated taking this. I think I just kind of thought of that. She would have appreciated that, or any of them, Colby, Camilla, they would have appreciated it. But Genevieve, who did send Ozzy the idol he has, did she not? She sent it. Yes, she sent one to Ozzy and one to Rizzo. Yeah, so I think she would have really enjoyed that stay on Exile, but it is what it is. There, they quickly showed they quickly showed another clip of Colby's hobbled foot, and I literally was like, "Oh no, Colby's hobbled foot." Colby's walking around out there with one foot. He's like, "Oh hell, Debbie, my foot, Debbie. I think my foot might have a small infection. There's nothing we can do about that out here on the island. Come on now, I'm not leaving this game. I don't have a good Colby, but he just me Colby's foot here, and I was worried that he was going to be taken out of the game. Um, pre tribal council. I thought this was going to be a Colby Medevac situation, and I didn't want to see that. That would be a bummer. That'd be a real bummer. So let's get to the immunity challenge, and this is where Jeff announces the big twist. It's a big twist. He's got a big lime. Jeff's got a big lime, right? And he's got a lemon and a lime, and he's holding each one over your eyes, and he's squeezing both of them, and he's twisting them both into your eyes, and that's what the blood twist. That's what the blood moon is. He's saying, "Watch this," and he's sizzling our eyes. Let me get a sip here before I tell you about this blood moon because it is something, dude. It is something. They could have done this a lot better. They could have done this a lot better. And they did it. They did. Dirt says he's got a silk bandana, smooth as hell. Yeah, I got one that's like half silk. It's like not fully silk, but it's like half silk and something else. And I was like, oh, this thing is nice. But yeah, dude, the blood moon. Oh my, dude, I need some nicotine before I talk about the blood moon. All right, the immunity challenge. Big twist. Blood moon. 3 players are being voted out tonight. That's what Jeff announces here. He's saying 3 players are going to be voted out tonight. I was a little confused at the explaining of all of this because he kept being like, but wait, there's more, there's more, there's more. And this all led to him just doing a promotional ad for Applebee's. Savannah would have beat Stephanie on the Blood Moon Immunity Challenge. Absolutely, dude. Dude. Savannah would have killed most of these challenges. She was a major threat, challenge wise and strategy wise in this game, and they were right to get rid of her because she's badass. I don't know who, but in the past month, I've gone from 0 Dana to 4 Danas, dude, because it's Dana season, dude. I knew Danas were coming in years ago. Okay, I wanted to be ahead of the trend, so that way, if you went back and watched footage and looked at me 5 years ago, you'd be like, "Wow, Josh knew about the Dana. He knew it was coming in hot. Either that or he was going bald. One of the two." All right. So yes, 3 players, one, three players are going out, and I thought this was going to be one tribal. I thought that's what it was. Like 3 players are going out, and it's one tribal, which I thought was a cool idea. I was like, oh, we're going to have 17 people at a tribal council and then just vote 3 times in a row. That'd be insane. That would be insane. What would be even more insane is if Jeff didn't tell them how many it was going to be. You know, that would be even crazier if he was like, "Hey, we don't know how many it's going to be. Someone's got to pull a number out of a hat, and, and that'll be the number of people we vote out tonight." And there's like 3 numbers in there, and it's like 1, 2, 3, or I guess not one because you got to have some numbers in there. So maybe it's like 2, 3, or 4. And it's like, oh shit, and they pull out they really are all just they all say 3 because it's gimmicked, it's a show, right? And they pull out the 3, and they send 3 people home in a row, back to back to back, with all 17 contestants sitting at tribal. That would have been juicy, but that is not what happened here. Okay, but you got to think it's only going to be 15 of them actually because Ozzy and Rizzo are at Exile Island. Um, and jury starts to the jury starts after the blood moon too. That's another thing. That's the other twist that Jeff announces before he gets to his Applebee's rampage, before he starts slathering over the Applebee's 8-ounce steak. Um, yeah. So yeah, the jury starts after the blood moon, and it's going to be three groups of five. And after he said this, I literally wanted to walk over to the softest piece of drywall that I could find and drill my head through it, and then walk over to the hardest brick wall I could find and drill my head through it, because this makes this whole thing obsolete. And it made it completely predictable by the end of this thing. Like, made it like five groups. I mean, three groups of five. Like, it's really easy to narrow down who's going to get voted out in those groups, and that everybody had to go to tribal separately instead of just all together, like I've originally thought as he was announcing this. So my excitement levels went down tremendously, right? My blood sugar levels dropped. I was pissed. I was pissed, dude. Dirt says got the black and white skulls. Oh yeah, I saw that one. Blue and white Paisley, white and blue Paisley Mandela, and a teal and white random Paisley. Ooh, teal and white is nice. Applebee's Liz Wilcox crash out best moment in Survivor history. Did they play it? They didn't play it for this Applebee's moment. I bet you at the request of Applebee's. I don't think Applebee's enjoyed that moment as much as they say they did. Right? Applebee's kind of becomes the butt of the joke, and they're a little tired of it. They're a little tired. They're a little pissed. Ironically, they are Liz Wilcox now. So, honestly, dude, she deserved a spot on 50 for that. Right? Mandela equals circle patterns. Oh, it does. Okay. Is that what I have on now? I've got one. It's a circle. Oh, yeah. See, I have one right now. Cool. So, yeah. Applebee's is back. That's where I wrote. Applebee's is back, baby. Woo, woo, woo. And I wrote, pissed. That's what I wrote. I'm pissed. So I wrote the same joke you sent in there, Tatsu. Um, Jury starts after the blood moon, like I said. And I'm taking a look at everybody here, and I'm like, who do I not want on this jury? And I'm like, please, God. Um, I'm taking a look at the groups of five, too. I'm like, trying to get a good look at them because the show moves fast. And I was like, who's all in the same groups before this challenge starts? Because I'm trying to write it down. My notes get a little shaky here, too, because I was trying to pay attention to everything going on here during this challenge because, you know, the implications were pretty big. Only one tribe is going to get the Applebee's. Only one tribe gets this Applebee's, and it's the last remaining person. There will be three people immune. Three people will be immune because you're going to get a winner from each set. So, and this challenge, guys, oh my God, this challenge was rough. This is the put your feet on a level and you're like holding your hands out like this. You got two walls on either side, so you're holding your hands out like this, and your feet are down and they're on the levels, like they're probably sticking out this far. And then he says, drop down to the next section, and then they're sticking out this far. And then he says, drop out down to the next section, and then they're dropping down this far. And he says, drop down to the next section, and they're down this far. And they're just, and you literally got nothing there but like a nub to try to like keep your feet on, and you're holding your weight up. And it's a pretty gnarly challenge. And there was a fantastic flashback in this challenge of Coach during Tocantins and him competing in this challenge, however many years ago that was, uh, during Survivor season 17. And what in the world did I get hyped up for no reason here and think, oh, Coach is going to go the distance in this bad boy, isn't he? No. Blood Moon Challenge was elder abuse? Yeah, it was, dude. Because my next note, Tatsu, is that Colby took a hard fall on his foot, a very hard fall. So if the doctors were like, "Yo, we're gonna let him compete," like what, dude? They shouldn't even let him compete. Colby should have just been. I don't even know, dude. But he did. He took a hard fall, and from what I was hearing, he had an open wound on the bottom of his foot. He has revealed in the exit press. since doing this. I did watch Colby's exit press. I have not watched Genevieve's or Camilla's. I've only watched Colby's. Um, I only had time to hear Colby. Colby's came out like when I got off work today, and I listened to it on the way home. He said he stepped on a nail or something like that, or some sort of something. He said he really doesn't know what. Something punctured his foot as he was walking on a production trail. Could have been anything. And the puncture got infected. It got infected and it got really bad. The infection got super bad, and it was, making pus bubbles and all sorts of stuff. And dude, when he took that, what he said in his exit press, I was like, damn, dude. Ooh, he probably had that thing popped probably on the way down there. He was probably like, ooh, oh. That infection could spread. That's probably what happened because what he said is that he got to Ponderosa and the infection actually got so bad at Ponderosa that the doctor said it was the worst infection that they've had in Survivor. And they had some nasty ass infections on that show. They had a guy with like a thing dangling out of his back, Neil, whatever season that was, that dangling out of his back. Remember that? They've had some nasty ones on there. And Colby apparently had one of the worst ones on the bottom of his foot. So when he fell from this challenge and hit the sand there as hard as he did, oof, that was like the spreading of that infection right there. So Steph and Chrissy are the last two. As D and Christian have already won immunity in this thing. Christian won for his side, D won for her side. Big surprise. The endurance challenges, Christian good at, D good at. Steph and Chrissy, two oldest women over there on their side, giving it a go. Steph wins, so she ultimately wins the Applebee's for her tribe there, and everybody is celebrating. Jonathan very happy. He's going to get his double bacon burger, as Jeff described earlier. He said bacon stuffed inside of an all American beef patty. He said, I slapped my flaccid penis on this beef patty. Oh my God, dude. He gets so sexual with it, dude. Don't, that's not even me. That's the impression of Jeff coming out. Like when I do it, it just becomes so sexy. And Jeff just wants to fuck the food. Like Jeff's just like, God, the garlic mashed potatoes from Applebee's. I just love dipping my nuts in those taters. Okay, but who gets the beats by uh, Verizon Wireless immediately pogo stick idol? Oh, the the by the beats by Dre ex Verizon Wireless immediately pogo stick idol. God damn it, Dirt! Don't give them any ideas. Don't. They should allow old people to use the fake sea crate bite excuse for the Blood Moon Challenge. Yeah, don't remind me of the sea crate. Jake, for goodness sake, suck out the poison. I remember that, and I still get angry when I think about it because it was fake as hell. They didn't even try. Um, so we take a trip to Exile Island here before we get to the reward and all that stuff. And Ozzy and Rizzo connect on Exile Island here, and they realize that I don't know. I don't know. Let me just talk about this first tribal. Let me get it out of the way. So we got Chris, Steph. Maybe it'll work. Uploads there. Maybe the upload will work. Maybe the stream isn't working. Maybe it's still going to capture the upload. So the first tribal, we got Chrissy, Steph, Camilla, Tiffany, Jonathan, and Camilla is voted out here. And I was like, damn, dude, Jonathan did the work, man. He had Steph there, he had Chrissy there, and really all odds were against Camilla. I could kind of see the writing on the wall. Camilla didn't. Camilla did not see the writing on the wall. She thought this was going to go her way. And I was like, damn, dude, Camilla's getting screwed, which I was really upset about. I like Camilla. I think she's evil little liar, and she's a great person to have out there on the island to watch play this game. And unfortunately, we really didn't get to see much of it at all this season. Um, I haven't watched her exit press either, but I'm interested to hear what she has to say about all this because she's she's very on fire about all this, pun intended. She could be the next on fire co-host. Just have her do it. Get rid of Jeff and just have her do it. Second tribal is Aubrey, Genevieve, Joe, Devins, and Christian. And I was like, damn, dude, just looking at this, there's no way Genevieve is going to survive this. And they kept having Devins look at the fake idol he hid at tribal council. And I was like, what would they do with that? Like, Genevieve is clearly going to go. But they keep showing it. So I'm like, something is going to happen with this thing. But Genevieve ultimately voted out, and the only person from her season to show up on season 50, and the only person out there on season 50 to really draw the short straw in every which way possible. I mean, finding two things that you don't even get to keep or do anything with that could have, if they were regular idols, could have saved you. Even if it was an advantage, it could have saved you. Like something, so just give her something. She went in there with nothing, and she had to end up playing a shot in the dark. She ended up playing a shot in the dark, which was so lame. It was like, it was just like, you're not safe. Voted out. So yeah, I'm not happy with that one. I thought this would have been much better, as we said earlier, as you know, everybody there, 15 people. We had 15 people. So Ozzy and Rizzo, they're out in exile. So I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what they were thinking with this. Then we go to the third tribal and Colby. No, this was like a funeral for Colby. I watch a lot of wrestling. You guys know that. Pro every Wednesday at 10:15 Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Slipperhouse Extra Extra YouTube channel. Um, Colby, he went out. He went out, and I said he went out like John Cena did. He was kind of smiling and tapping out. He didn't want to, but he got a little choked up about it. But he knew he was going out, and he knew that they were about to, take the pin out the grenade and send him on his way there. And I thought he had a great speech. Colby's a good talker, and this was a great moment because Colby, Coach, and Sari really got some shine, and really got their flowers here at Tribal, and we got the representation, and spoken about them at least live on air about how at least all these new players that are coming in are should be thankful for them, and really they all are. They all look up to them and think that they're quite amazing people, and they get recognition. And as Coach would say, he said everyone is revered, and then he said some crazy proverb, and uh, and tied it all together. And it was a beautiful tribal. Honestly, this third tribal here when Kobe got voted out it sucked because Colby, watching Colby go is like a damn, it's a bummer, and his foot was hurt and all this stuff. But it was nice though at the same time. It felt nice, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I'm back. I took my phone to the mailbox and it killed the stream for me. My mailbox is like 5 houses away. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't even think about it that it was your phone. It was your phone that your phone's broken. Oh man. Well, there you go, man. Episode 6 of season 50. What did I think about this episode overall? I mean, this was an episode. This was not to be as hyped as they made it, right? This was not to be the crazy episode that they said it was going to be. This was pretty much just them splitting it up again, and they merged the tribes, and then they split everybody up into 3 groups of 5, and we have you know 3 really predictable tribals, and I wasn't happy about that. I thought they could have been a little more uh, crazy with this. If this is really going to be a blood moon, bloodbath here, it's just 3 people leaving. I think 3 people leaving in a row and kind of being surprised by it, maybe would have been. even crazier. You would have had probably a live tribal at certain points, especially after the first vote out. It would have gotten nuts. They would have needed a lot more time than 30 minutes to edit that. It's probably why they didn't do it that way, so they could spend a little less time in the edit room, and it's a little more definitive in storyline because they only have to focus on the five people and not really jump around like they were earlier in the episode when everybody was playing telephone. So yeah, I don't know. It wasn't the best execution. Did I absolutely hate it? No. I'm kind of middle ground on it. I'm like 3 bags of popcorn, one soda. Out of this thing. Um, New phone coming tomorrow. Hell yeah, dude. This episode was interrupted by a presidential address and it hurt the momentum. Absolutely. Absolutely. And they did this for the finale of season 49. I remember because I was sick with the flu, I was super sick. Actually, I had really just came down with it and had a super high fever. And I thought I was having a fever dream when Donald Trump came on and interrupted my season 49 finale. And I wanted to jump through the wall, dude. I was so mad. I was pissed. I was yelling up here. I was in a room quarantined by myself, just yelling. And Lori had to come in here and tell me to be quiet. And I was like, "Just interrupted Survivor." And yeah, I Hulk smashed after that, dude. I was real pissed. And then I passed out because I had the flu. And I'm pretty sure I missed some of the end of the finale anyway because he talked for so fucking long. And then here he is again doing it again here in this episode, but pretty funny episode to do it in, if you ask me, because they were like hyping it up like it's a big time episode, and then they're like, but guess what? There's going to be 25 minutes where Trump's going to come up and lie about how well we're doing in the Iran war that he started. All right, that's going to happen. CBS will comply. Um, Dirt says I was trying to reload the stream after I got home and it kept showing a black screen. I had to load it up to a completely different live stream. Damn, dude, your phone is toast, dude. Your phone is toast. It's a good thing that phone's coming tomorrow. Your phone may not last till tomorrow. I don't know. Yeah, those are my thoughts here, guys. I mean, it's still a good season. I'm still enjoying it. We're going along here. Next episode looks really crazy. I mean, there was a shot in the preview of Coach saying that the Dragon Slayer is back. And I was like, oh my God, dude, did the coach already kill the Tidewalker? The Tidewalker's dead already? I'm excited for the Dragon Slayer. Let's go, dude. Because he probably realizes he's on the bottom now. He's going to get back to camp and realize he's on the bottom real soon. But he still has that connection with Aubrey, that little secret connection with Aubrey. And I believe he should really dive into that alliance. He should really take hold of that and like get a grasp on like everything Aubrey wants to do in this game. Aubrey's going to be controlling the game here in a minute. I just have some weird feeling about Aubrey all of a sudden. I'm having a Genevieve moment and my eyes are focused on Aubrey because what's she going to be pulling off in this game? I think if she could wrangle in Coach, and she's already got Tiffany and a few others that I believe she could have on her side. She could be doing some real damage here. My 2-year-old trade in kicked in last week, so it was perfect timing. There you go. My phone's like 4 or 5 years old, dude. I wish I had a trade in, but the only thing Verizon's dumb, and they want you. I'm not even gonna explain it. It's dumb. It's because I have like a pretty cheap my contract's old, and I keep renewing it, and I don't have. And they keep wanting me to like sign a different type of contract or get a different one, and I'm like, no, I want the same one because it's got the best plan and it's the cheapest for me, and I don't have. I don't use nearly all of it, so why would I want to get? I don't understand. If Coach caught wind of the blood werewolf, he would have went full dragon and slayed the beast. Absolutely, dude. Coach isn't gonna allow shit out there. He's telling ancient, freaking samurai Chinese proverbs and shit, dude. Coach is the man, dude. Right? But the thing is that if the werewolf was Jonathan, the only problem is that Coach wishes he looked like Jonathan in his first season. Coach wishes he looked like a werewolf, but he didn't. He looked like Survivor Jesus. Well, there we go, guys. There's my thoughts on Survivor episode 6. Season 50, boys. Season 50s. It's perfect, right? It's perfect. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Not bad stuff. It's good. It's good. I mean, three people left the game. Was I upset really about the people that left? Yeah, I was upset that Colby, really didn't get to sink his teeth into the game. I mean, we didn't even get to see him vote. We didn't even get to see him vote. So uh, he didn't get to, remember his soundbite there? Oh, hell, Debbie, I don't know who to vote for. I haven't even played. Yeah, he still really hasn't even played, has he? I mean, he played, but he didn't get to even vote. The only vote Colby cast was in the beginning. He never put in the parchment, dude. He didn't have a vote from the very beginning. They just took it from. He was useless out there. That's why he got voted out. It was a mercy killing of Colby. Insane. Uh, he didn't even know who to vote for. He hasn't even played. See, there you go. Exactly. Oh hell, Debbie! I don't even know who to vote for. I haven't even played. Damn, Colbs. I gave him a 3 Colby salute last night on the sauce with the soundbite. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. Survivor Digest next Thursday. We'll do it again. We'll do it again. Check out Pro Wrestling Sauce every Wednesday at 10:15 Eastern Standard Time. Check out. I got to do this in a different order now because like we're on. Okay, here we go. Let's read. I'll try a fresh one right off the bat here. Uh, Slipper House Extra Extra YouTube channel. Like, share, and subscribe. We are live Monday through Friday. We're live Monday and Fridays for your Raw and SmackDown live reactions during the final hour. So tune in and join us in the live chat there. And then we got Tuesdays live House Assembly, Dirt Clams, and myself. Hamming it up, having a good old time over there. Come on over and hang out with us. We have within the live chat as well. You know, it's a good time over there every Tuesday night. Then we got Pro Wrestling Sauce every Wednesday, 10:15 Eastern Standard Time. With me and my brother every week, joined by guests every week as well. And then we've got, yeah, like I said, Friday, we finish it up with your SmackDown live reaction. So Monday through Friday, lots of content, lots of fun. Like, share, and subscribe. We will. I'll see you guys on the next round. Hope everybody has a good night tonight. I'm just looking for a good photo to put up as I leave here tonight. I like to put up a nice photo for everyone to see. There you go. So we'll get out of here and we'll see you guys next Thursday. Bye. Oh hell, Debbie.